Alright, we are starting with Python, the big picture. This course is less than 2 hours and it has zero coding involved, so I'm literally just going to say I'm getting started with this course and I'm going to finish this course, and I will transition into Python, the big picture, where we will be building a small web application. So let's get to work on these first two courses. They're pretty introductory, and yeah, let's get started. This is level 1. Section 1. I don't know where I'm going with that. It's level 1. This is level 1 learning. Pretty introductory. I've done a lot of this stuff before, but I'm doing it again.
I will be a hacker!
One of the first things that you will learn in an introductory course with Python, regardless of what type of course or platform it's on, is usually introducing the individual or the student to types and statements within Python. I'm going to quickly outline these types and statements. The start is we have integers and floats, and I like to think integers as just whole numbers, and floats are decimal point values. In addition to that, we have strings, which is just a line of text where you're able to print hello world. That's a line of text. It's a string. That is what a string is. Those variables are basically statements that allow you to assign a value to a particular name. So think of name equals Grant. The name is the variable, it equals Grant. Now we're moving on into booleans and none. Booleans are simply true and false. In Python have the if statements. Think of the simple logic behind this as if this is true, or if this requirement is met, print this or do this functionality, else print or do this functionality. We can also nest our if functions, so we can do multiple if functions, and we can also have a not if function. Lists, which are basically a list of numbers or a list of strings or multiple within this list. Think of a list as just a wide array of values being stored within parentheses. So you can just have to remember it starts from the point value 0 and goes up. Completed Python getting started. Some key takeaways from this course that I just had. It was about 3 hours of learning. I took notes, and one of the things that I realized is I always knew that Python was a very easy language to use, and it's very extensible and you can do many things with Python, but I just didn't realize how many things you can do with Python, and it is very flexible. Bo, the instructor, showed how to create a micro framework with Flask, throw that up on your local server that it creates, your local host, have a fully functional website on your local host, and I think that's pretty cool. You're able to do that. In addition to how extensible it can be used and how easily you can use it for different things, it's also very interesting to see the fact that we can actually apply our code. So good job to Bo, and I'm on to course. Let's see, course number 3 now. This would be course number 3. This is going to be Python fundamentals. So let's get started. Okay, today is Friday, March 29th, 2019. I have to publish this video out on Sunday. Every Sunday is when I'm giving these levels or project episodes out. So the issue that I'm having right now is that I have 4 modules roughly accumulating to 2 hours and 30 minutes of learning to do on my last Pluralsight course. Now, I'm not one to rush. I don't want to rush. I want to thoroughly understand what the content is going to do and what I'm trying to learn. But at the same time, I gotta complete this for this episode. So it's a little bit of give and take. Big day ahead of us. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, so I'm about 2 hours roughly into the last Python level 1 course. It's good so far, but the instructors, there's 2 in this particular course, go by extremely quickly. My goodness, they go like this. They just act like you don't know. You just know a lot of things, and that's okay. You just have to take it down one literally second at a time. I'm looking at this guy. His name is Corey Schaefer, and he's on YouTube right now. And his explanations are really good. So I'm gonna really try to hone my attention in on understanding the concepts instead of just trying to plow through the Pluralsight courses and really trying to understand each and every concept that is being taught. I just finished the second to last module on the Python Fundamentals course on Pluralsight. As I have gone through this course, things that have really stuck out to me are the things that either I'm having trouble on or the security things. And this lesson is actually a security lesson, so I even read into it more. When working with Python, you can import files, and you can work with files. For instance, we can work with the .txt extension, which is a basic file extension. So when working with files, what you have to do is you have to use the opening and closing statements within Python. You can use different open modes for doing whatever you want to specify, whether that's reading, appending new text, writing, whatever it is. We have the open function and the close function. Now, when we fail to actually close our function, because it requires that we close it every single time we open a file, we have a leakage problem. This leakage problem is known as leaking a file descriptor. The first thing that a computer does is it go ahead and assigns an integer value, allowing you to reference this file rather than edit the underlying file itself. This is for security reasons. So when this reference is opened, we must successfully close it. But if we don't close it with the close statement, for instance, we have a data leakage, or we have a file descriptor leakage, or leak file descriptor. So Python gives you an option to use something rather than using an open and close statement for every single file you open and close. We have a statement. This statement is called the with block statement. And the basis behind the with block statement is that for every file opened, it automatically closes. This ensures that we are not leaking file descriptors. So after about roughly a week and a half of learning, I have finally completed level 1, beginning with the basics. Some regards for level 1. I thought the first 2 courses within the Pluralsight modules were very good. So would I recommend using all 3 courses throughout my level 1? Yes and no. I highly recommend that you at least go through the first 2 if that is something that you want to do, and go through the Python fundamentals course. But I would also look at the YouTuber, gosh darn it, Corey Schaefer. Corey Schaefer is spectacular at explaining the concepts, and I thought he did a much better job than the authors over at Pluralsight talking about the Python fundamentals and just the basics of it. So this concludes level 1. Level 1 was pretty basic. Now on to project 1 and GitHub. I will be posting my 5 mini projects on GitHub. I will be explaining how I do all 5 of my mini projects. So, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. On to episode number 2, project 1, with Python for security. Doesn't that sound like an announcer? It's like, Python for security. All right, I'm ending this video. See you then.